Hi, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Sallallahu. Then we got the microphone connected, public, webcam, blah, blah, blah. Well, I hope you guys can hear me, inshallah. Let me know if you cannot hear me. I'll probably see your chats. Alhamdulillah, we can hear you. Okay, perfect. Now we can hear. Hopefully it works. And it stays like that. I'm still new to this software, which is the YouTube built-in software, and see how it works. Alhamdulillah. Barakallahu fikum. All right. Tayyib. Bismillah. Let's renew our intention and start. As always, I promised you at least a few times a week. I'm going to try to come on live to see you guys, to answer your questions, to discuss things that have been happening in the ummah, in the world. Alhamdulillah. And here we are. It is Jumaa today, the blessed day. This is the day that Adam alayhi salam was created. This is the day that Qiyamah is going to take place. In a sense, it is a it's a good day. It is a good day, alhamdulillah. It is a good day. And alhamdulillah, we have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for every single day that we have, no matter what happens. We have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for everything that we do in our life. We have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for everything that we witness, no matter what happens. Okay, no matter what happens, brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with Islam. This is something that we need to understand first and foremost, that we've been blessed with what? With Islam. This mic's not working. It's going to stick to whatever YouTube is providing here. We've been blessed with Islam, guys. And, I became Muslim 21 years ago. It's been a long time. And, time's passing. I'm still, alhamdulillah, very young, I believe. But time is passing, alhamdulillah. And it's been a long journey. And some of you have been following my work for a long, long time, alhamdulillah. And you know that we are serious about what we do. And we're living in times where, even though we see the signs of what's coming, we are still denying. And when you look at the okay, I don't know why, but this I know something's going on. This is a new software. I'm trying to make sure it works well. Trying. Let's see. Hopefully. Yeah, I know it's this YouTube thing. I don't know if I can change it. I can switch the audio input. For some reason, it's not allowing me to do that. Don't know why. Alhamdulillah. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, everyone. Alhamdulillah. Allah bless all of you. Barakallahu feekum. I'm trying to see if I can find a better audio. Inshallah. Maybe not. But anyway, we're going to do our best to Yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to get this going, guys. Trying to get this going, alhamdulillah. But we're working on it. Okay. I don't know why I can't seem to get a input for the mic. It's just not allowing me to change my mic input. So it's catching it from my phone for some reason. But anyway, let's see. I'm gonna have you guys to have patience, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, tayyib. So I was reading through Ibn Kathir's book on the signs of the Day of Judgment. And when you're looking at what's been happening around the world, subhanAllah, we have to be really, really weak not to see that these things are happening. Okay. We really have to be weak in our minds to not see the signs. Right? It's so scary. I recommend to you the book of Signs of the Day of Judgment by Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Kathir, rahimahullah. Great, great, great book. And when you read through it and you're like, yep, I've seen this. Yep, I've seen that. Yep, this is happening. Yep. Okay, yep. All these things have happened, subhanAllah. Right? Bismillah. Having my morning coffee. Yeah, so what's happening in the world right now with our brothers and sisters, what's happening in the world right now with the ummah, just the ummah at large, just the people, what's happening, how the Muslims are behaving openly in public, okay, then you know that this is a problem. You know that we are suffering. You know that we're just not serious about Islam. Everyone else is serious about what they're doing. The Muslims are not serious about Islam. All right, the Muslims are just not serious about Islam, and we're gonna pay for it. We're gonna pay for it because we're stuck between dunya and akhirah. You know, Muslims like, I want to go to Jannah, but I'm not willing to do what it takes. Yeah, I want to have something from this dunya, but I don't really feel like, because I'm more focused on Jannah. We seem to have this dichotomy. We don't know how to actually move forward with doing our best in this dunya and in the akhirah. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. No. It is very scary, subhanAllah. And not just that, how we're about to go. Okay, I just want to say one thing about what's happened with this fiasco recently with Hamad Hijab. Okay, look, I just explained to people what happened. Just explain why it happened. Just explain the phenomenon, right? I am a behavioral psychologist. I try to look into that to explain to people from an Islamic perspective, kind of thing, like what would happen, right? So, funny enough, obviously people had to go at me. But the funny thing is, subhanAllah, did you see how people are giving ammo to the enemies of Islam to attack Islam? Forget about this guy, Muhammad Hijab. It's about giving ammo to the people to attack Islam, how people have turned it against Islam. They're not like, oh yeah, he's a bad dude or something like that. It was like, yep, it's Islam that allows him to do that. It's Islam that gets this, Islam that get that. SubhanAllah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect, but the ummah is very divided. As Yasin is saying, division of ummah is very scary, 100%. By the way, guys, you guys can see probably the comments on the side of the chat there. Alhamdulillah. Make sure you guys hit up that like button and you share this live broadcast. We are live today, alhamdulillah. This Jumaa, blessed day, and we're going to be answering your questions. As always, I start with a little intro. You can start putting your questions, inshallah. Also, your super chats. Okay, if you look at chat publicly, right next to the chat, there's a little dollar sign there. You can say, if you click on it, it says show your support for Gabriel Romaani. You can click that, inshallah, and then you can show your love and support. All right, can you guys hear? I think it's okay. Yeah, there's sound. Alhamdulillah. Okay, what is your opinion on women's education? Brother Dan Haqiqat, correct. I think I've already answered this question, right? There's a difference between education and programming. So for women to learn certain things, yes, of course. I mean, where is the restriction? Where is the evidence that women shouldn't have knowledge? The Prophet ﷺ said, طلب العلم فريضة على كل مؤمن أو Muslim أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. It is actually a fard upon every Muslim or believer to seek knowledge. The question now is, where people go too general or too specific, is what does this ilm mean? Okay, now we know that people will say, the ulama have said this is ilm of Islam. Yes, but the Prophet ﷺ spoke within Islam about things that are not fiqh related, for example. I believe people need to be careful with their definition and the words. That's why I say we sometimes get caught up in semantics. So by default, everything is permissible if not specified otherwise, okay, when it comes to dealings and muamalat and so on, okay? And, okay, my light died. And the question is, what is education? What type of education? Islamic education, is it allowed for women? Obviously, they have to learn their deen so they can teach their kids. Secular education, is it allowed for women? Okay, this is where we get to a little bit of a split. What does that mean? Okay, what does that mean? Right? Are they supposed to talk about, like, I don't know, rocket engineering and locomotive engineering and all these other things? Is that what women have to do? I mean, they don't know how to cook an egg these days, but they know how to fix engines and how to fix rockets, right? Because the world is pushing them into an education that goes counter to their femininity and destroys their femininity and puts a pause or even a delay or even a stop to their femininity in terms of being women, of course, with propaganda under the slogans of "you're gonna miss out," "what do you think that you are," or "what does he think that you are a slave to him," that women are only good for children and sex, and right? So they have this kind of propaganda and slogans. Okay, this is so education is not programming or indoctrination, as Calendar Flutter says. It's not the same thing. Don't confuse it. When it comes to indoctrination and modern secular programming, this can become super haram. Okay. Now, there are certain things that I believe people have wrong. Indeed, okay. I saw part of the stream of what Daniel was saying. So he was talking about how his wife, there was some sort of, it was about midwives, right? Now, also those midwives would have had to study certain things to be able to have that knowledge. Not any woman can just deliver a baby. So there has to be some sort of a education. Programming, no. Okay, I don't believe it's good. Does it happen? Of course, it happens to everyone. And we have to be realistic. Okay, it's not that easy to just disconnect from these programs and keep your kids at home. It depends which country you're in. It depends what you're dealing with. Do you have the resources? Some brothers' wives, because you'll be the women who will be handling homeschooling, can do it, and some cannot. You just don't have the capability. They're going to destroy your children even more, maybe. So it is not a black and white thing. But bottom line is indoctrination, education, two different things. Do women have to have knowledge? Well, I've given you the evidence of the hadith that it is a fard for every believer to seek knowledge. What kind of knowledge? Should they study about economics and riba systems and haram politics and whatnot? No, this is not good, very bad. Should they know certain knowledge of how to deal with certain things within their feminine spectrum? 100%. Okay? And then the means. You have to go and mix and do all kinds of harami things, or can you, especially today with so many different means of getting things done, alhamdulillah, there are ways to stay within the halal. All right. Saying Jumaa Mubarak is a bid'ah. Indeed, it is. It is not from the Sunnah to say Jumaa Mubarak. There's no such thing in the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. So be careful, guys. I know a lot of people say it in different cultures, but this is not from the deen to to say these things. Barakallahu feekum. All right. Bismillah. The brother saying, Assalamu alaikum, what's the easiest way to connect with you one-on-one? We have very simple beginnings. I'd like an hour of your time to discuss some points. Allah barik fik. It's usually because I'm guys just this from that this for some reason it's connected. I have no clue why. But yeah, for the brother, to the best thing to connect with me is to join. Just schedule me. You'll find my in the videos. You'll find my links in my videos. Okay, so please do that. There's all kinds of counseling and booking opportunities. It's the easiest way to go through my schedule. Help you guys understand. All right, Jazakallah khair, guys. Also, I'll take your questions now, inshallah. But also hit up that super chat, guys. Qasim Ali has been a sponsor today. What the super chat does, guys, again, I really don't like to keep saying it, but I have to remind people. So what the super chat does is allows me to continue this work, allows me to also see your questions, and allows me to come on live again. So next to your chat thing, there's a first button there on the right. It's like a little money sign. You can hit that. So Qasim has given us £2, alhamdulillah. He's always, mashallah, always supporting. Every time he comes in, he supports. And it just takes that, £1, £2. Count the flutter, again, $2. Just anything, alhamdulillah. It helps us to continue. Hits the algorithm, continues. YouTube sees that, okay, there's value, and it pushes. Because for you guys don't know, but some of you do, been with me. I've been boycotted and shadow banned and all things, even though I don't really talk about ludicrous things. But people know that it's changing people, alhamdulillah. And you can contribute. You can become an actual Patreon. You can also subscribe to my channel, and you can become also a what? An actual member. Okay, you can also become an actual member. Okay, so make sure that you guys do that, inshallah. It's right there on the screen. Let's get to the questions, inshallah. Tanzil says, can you make a playlist on sisters' issues, advices, femininity, and all videos for sisters who want to be high-value women, please? I've made a lot of videos, alhamdulillah. I need to put it all together. Inshallah khair. Jazakallah khair. And that's the point, right? What the sisters say. There are a lot of sisters who are realizing that there's a lot of khair that's coming out of the work that we're doing. We're not hating women. We're not trying to put women down. We're trying to get women to be back to being women and men back to being men. That's what we're trying to do. Okay? Anyway, guys, hit that super chat, give that button. Okay? And bi'idhnillah ta'ala, we're going to continue. What's the best field for women to study which would not affect on deen? I would say something like, they should early child education, they should learn certain things within. Of course, there's still possibilities of affection because you're going to still learn from these people. Even Muslim countries, I've worked with curriculums, I've worked in schools. I've been an education consultant for a long time. And I'm telling you that most Muslim countries do not have their own curriculum. They have imported. It is a foreign curriculum. It is a colonizing curriculum. It is what it is, even in Muslim countries. Okay, so yeah, it's a tough one. But, education, early child education, nursing, stuff like that, we do need. Now, you don't want, a nurse or a doctor, female, to have no education, right? Sometimes people put women in hospitals because, she's a woman, she's going to take care of other women. Well, you got to be careful. All right, we can't be sinful for not getting a degree, and Allah knows best. Yeah, of course, you're not sinful for not getting a degree, no doubt. Right? if you don't do something fard, then you are sinful. But not getting a degree can't be fard. It's not fard. A degree is not fard. I'm talking about knowledge, right? The fard of knowing and seeking knowledge, and especially when it comes to the deen, of course, to start first and foremost. Okay, but knowledge in general, you cannot be jahil. You have to have knowledge, and that is fard. But if you don't need to get a degree. You don't need to go to some university or some college that you're gonna be, a'udhu billah, sinful if you do that. Okay. Now, all right. I don't understand why some educated Muslim people send their daughters to school. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I've had an interesting history with my kids in schools, like obviously because I've been a school principal, so I would take my kids to my school. And it's not easy because of the time management. If you have kids, literally one wife and let's say any kids, wife gonna go crazy. Difficult, very difficult. There's a community of sisters running educational program that they click. Um, Exiles, Jazakallah khair, give us a super chat. Alhamdulillah, you guys can do that as well, guys. It's very, very easy. Right to next to the chat, there's a little dollar sign. Brothers and sisters are just giving £2, $2. Alhamdulillah, and that's great. It's really, really good. So, a difference between mother in law and wife solution. It's a tough one, man. It's like two women competing for you. And men are between their wives and their mothers, especially if the mother um, depends. Wait, did I get it wrong? Between mother-in-law and wife? Okay, so her mom. Ooh, that's even worse. Even between a bigger fire. Right? Now, that's a little bit easier because you're not really responsible for your mother-in-law too much. If it was your mother and your wife disagreement, that's a problem. Because the guy, obviously, he has a duty towards both of them. So he needs to make peace somehow. He needs to be smart. He needs to move some pieces, some chess pieces. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be strategic. Because he cannot just be like, okay, you go, you go. He needs to be nice. You're allowed to even lie when it comes to making sulh or to make peace between two parties. So, tell the wife that, hey, my mom said this, you're nice, she likes you, but sometimes you guys just get into, say to your mom, my daughter, or buy a gift and be like, yeah, it was from my wife, she's just sorry. You can be smart, okay? If it's between her mom and her, well, you need to advise your wife to be nice and kind to her mother because that's her mother. All right. But it's not such a big responsibility on you to necessarily solve it. But again, you can, and Allah will reward you. Again, you can use strategy always. Women would like to hear certain things. Oh, she said something nice about you. Oh, I spoke to her and she said this about you. Oh, really? And then they just basically kind of calm down. Right? Sometimes you just got to keep things as separate as possible. Do only the fard, meaning like they say salam to each other, visit each other once in a while, but just keep things separate. I'm telling you, because there is jealousy, yes, between the mother and the daughter, between the mother-in-law and the daughter, there is jealousy. I apologize, guys, for the chat. I apologize. Okay, super chat's not working, isn't it? I think it works. You can do whatever super chat you want. I'm gonna get myself a super chat. Let's see how it works, because I can see it. Usually, I don't see it when I'm on the software, but I can see it on the YouTube thing. Okay, there we go. It works. All right. I can give myself a super chat. Look at that. I deserve it, right? Okay. Oh, okay. guys with sound. It's just that I don't know the streaming software. It's probably gonna be the last time I do it. It's probably the last time I do it, inshallah, because it's not working so well. I just can't select. It doesn't allow me to select a mic. Imagine that. Like, how horrible is that? Details, okay. I cannot see webcam, okay. Public reflection. It doesn't allow me to select a mic. SubhanAllah. That's crazy. Anyway, all right. How do you deal with your parents after Islam? How did you deal? Well, I didn't tell them that I was that I just have patience till it disconnects for a few seconds and then it connects. Not sure why, but it's horrible. All right, so basically what I did is I didn't tell my parents right away that I became Muslim. I took some time till I was consistent and I was established, and then I just told them, and then had to just deal with things. It was not easy. Then my mom became Muslim after a year. Alhamdulillah, that became easier. And that's it. You just have to stand your ground. Depends on your situation. I would always say to people, wait a little bit before you tell your parents that you have converted to Islam. Now, brother saying, do you know any masjid in Cluj, Napoca, Romania? Yes, on the mountain towards the university side, there is a masjid on the left side. Just search it on Google. You'll find it. Okay, Mosque Cluj, Moschea din Cluj. You'll find it easily. It's not too far, but it's up on the hill. Okay, towards the university area. Now, you recommend nursing as a career for men in Canada? Not really. I don't. Oh, how do people call in? Yeah, I guess on this software you cannot call in for some reason. That was my bad on the title. I'm gonna use the software that I have from now on. Today will be the first time and maybe the last time that I'm using the YouTube software. It's not the best, actually. It doesn't do anything other than that's it. Yeah, actually, I can't even highlight the messages, cannot control my audio, so many things. All right, let's go on to the next. When men give up their rights before marriage, is this also called misyar? Example, no second wife, she asks for work after marriage, he won't move her out of the city. Good question. So misyar, yes, it can be on both sides, the man and the woman. So for example, the man, he might marry and not tell his parents. Can he do that? I don't recommend it, but technically it is permissible because he doesn't need his parents' permission. And in many cases, brothers do that. Again, I only state the facts of what happens, right? Do brothers do misyar where they don't tell their parents they got married? Yes, I know many cases. Why? Because their parents says, no, you're not going to marry this or this, or you're going to marry that one. It's like, but I don't like that one. No, that's your cousin. You're going to marry that because look at the shame of our family. And the guy's like, I'm not attracted, dudes. I can't do it. So he has to kind of get around it and get married. Position that they're in, or a location, or something like that. That is a compromise. It is so. Misyar does not necessarily mean negotiation at the table of marriage. Okay, not necessarily. There's an element of some point that where you keep it hush hush, right? So basically, in every misyar, usually there can be some giving up of rights. Not always. For example, not just because it's misyar, all women will give up their rights. You understand? Or all the rights. And not because a woman gives up her rights or certain rights, or a man, that it becomes misyar. You understand what I mean? So for example, I can marry someone, it's public, it's whatever, but me and my wife will be like, look, we have some agreements. You will not do this, I will not do that. Agree, okay, cool. But everyone knows. So is that misyar? No, it's just an agreement. It's just an agreement, right? Now, some people might do misyar where not many people know, only the witnesses, a few people, but there's no giving up of rights. The woman has her nights, she has. All right. All right, guys. So next, right? So that's how it is between the misyar and non-misyar and so on. It's not that complicated, guys. Okay, people get a bit confused. Not that complicated. Alhamdulillah. All right, guys, we are live. Alhamdulillah, 21 people on. Struggling a little bit here with the audio, just because of YouTube, man. I wonder if I can. If there's any other default settings, but I can't see anything here in this YouTube studio. It's a bit great. But anyway, we've been going on for 30 minutes. We're dealing with it somehow. And Alhamdulillah, you guys are helping us here. Please make sure you hit up that super chat, guys. Next to the chat there's a money thing. And I might even just end the stream and start another one. You guys can jump on it because this is horrible. It's not doing well. Let me just do that and I'll start a new one, inshallah, a fresh one. And that should be better. And you guys can call in as well, can get back to our software. How about that? That sounds like a good plan, doesn't it? All right, let's end the stream and I'll get you guys in literally 2-3 minutes. Okay. Now. Okay.